New book day.
New book day.
Very exciting.
It's Tuesday.
Yay.
We had a really good mail day today.
We did. Lots of good stuff coming in.
Books, craft supplies. It was a great day at the library.
Good day to be here.
Really good day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have, first of all, there are actually a ton of new book releases for adults today. Like, a whole lot. So I had to pick only a couple. But I was surprised how many there were, so
That's a lot.
Let's jump into it.
The mail looked very interesting.
Yes.
This first one on the top, I loved the title, and then when you look closely at the cover, it gives away a lot, I think, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. So Julie Murphy, who wrote Dumplin', Pumpkin, all of those great books for young adults, is now entering the adult fiction world with If the Shoe Fits. And we were talking about, look at who lost their shoe. It's the man.
A twist.
The man lost the shoe, not her. It is a Cinderella story. Her name is Cindy, so it is definitely a Cinderella story. If the shoe doesn't fit, maybe it's time to design your own. Cindy loves shoes, don't we all? A well-placed bow or a chic stacked heel is her form of self-expression. As a fashion-obsessed plus-size woman, she can never find designer clothes that work on her body, but a special pair of shoes always fits just right. With a shiny new design degree, but no job in sight, that's just how it works these days, Cindy moves back in with her stepmother.
Is she wicked?
No, but her name is Lady Tremaine, Erica Tremaine, so we're going full Cinderella here.
Yeah.
Who is an executive producer of the world's biggest reality dating show. When a slot on Before Midnight needs filling at the last minute, Cindy is thrust into the spotlight. Showcasing her killer shoe collection on network TV seems like a great way to jumpstart her career. And why not go on a few dates at the same time? But being the first and only plus-size contestant on Before Midnight turns her into a viral sensation, and, we love to see it, a body positivity icon. Even harder to believe she can actually see herself falling for this Prince Charming. To make it to the end, despite the backhanded compliments, conniving producers, and a house full of fellow contestants she's not sure she can trust, Cindy will have to take a leap of faith and hope her heels and her heart don't break in the process. An enchanting story of self-love and believing in the happy ending each and every one of us deserves. Aww.
That's really funny because whenever I used to watch like those shows where women were obsessed with their shoes, I didn't get it until I then watched one of those shows with like What Not to Wear or something like that. And I realized shoes always look nice. Like, you don't have to worry. I'm still not a shoe person, but I totally get it now. I'm like, sometimes trying on too many clothes could be depressing, but trying on shoes, you're like,
try on a pair of shoes. You only need to try on like one or two pairs. It's either this size or this size, and then you're like, oh, and it just makes the whole outfit. If you're really into them, like this lady sounds like she is, then you really just you just get super excited about it. Like Carrie on Sex and the City. I never understood it, and then I realized like, oh, but shoes just always shoes. Perk you up, feel good. I love shoes.
I guess like hats and nowadays.
A good fascinator.
Yeah, a good fascinator. Just cheers you right up. I love the
next one has really, really good reviews. It's by Tracy Lang. It's called We Are the Brennanns.
And with a name like that, what do you think those clovers are for?
I know. Obviously, it's about an Irish Catholic family. And it starts out, like, the blurb starts out one way, and then it goes another way, and you're like, oh. Like, at first it kind of sounds like a Hallmark movie, and then something else happens. So I'm going to read this blurb. It sounds interesting. When 29-year-old Sunday Brennan wakes up in a Los Angeles hospital, bruised and battered after a drunk driving accident, she swallows her pride and goes home to her family in New York. But it's not easy. She deserted them all and her high school sweetheart 5 years before with little explanation, and they've got questions. She is determined to rebuild her life back on the East Coast, even if it does mean tiptoeing around resentful brothers and an ex-fiancé. The longer she stays, however, the more she realizes they need her just as much as she needs them. Right? That's where it sounds very Hallmarky, but all of a sudden, when a dangerous man from her past, I know, brings her family's pub business to the brink of financial ruin. The only way to protect the Brennanns is to upend all their secrets that have damaged the family for generations and will threaten everything they know in their lives. In the aftermath, the Brennanns are forced to confront painful mistakes and ultimately find a way forward together.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
A little unexpected.
Sounds like a nice, family, but also there's some maybe mystery, crime. I don't know. This one just sounds really nice. This one just sounds kind of heartwarming and nice.
Well, the title alone.
And I think some of the reviews said it was a little predictable, but that didn't change the fact that it was just a really nice read with just a good feel to it. It's called The Reading List. And as a librarian and a reader,
of course
I'm interested. I'm interested. It says, if you love books, read this. If you love people, read this. If you love crying with sadness, happiness, and feeling like you've been wrapped in the blanket of someone else's life, read this.
Oh, I don't know about that one. That sounds like too much for me. Too much emotion.
This is a lot of emotion. So it's this man who is a widower, and he lives in West London, and he goes shopping, goes to temple. He has worries, just like everybody else. And then there is this young woman who is an anxious teenager working at the local library when she discovers a forgotten slip of paper in the back of To Kill a Mockingbird, which is a lot nicer than some of the things that we find in the books. A slip of paper is great. I have found tissues, lots of tissues. An empty Go-Gurt tube.
Oh, it's so gross.
That's gross. Leaves.
Maybe we shouldn't be giving ideas.
What not to do.
This is what not to do. This is what not to do to your library book.
Yeah, definitely the tissue is.
Yeah.
So I'd rather find a slip of paper with a list of novels she's never heard of before. Intrigued, she impulsively decides to read every book on the list, one after the other. As each story gives up its magic, the books transport Allyssa away from painful realities she's facing at home. Which is why we love a good book. It just helps you transport yourself away.
I'd love to know what's on this list now.
I know. She's a teenager, so I don't think all of them are that, I know one of them in here is Rebecca. I've read Rebecca, but she's a teenager. Yeah. She may not have gotten there yet.
Yeah.
When the widower Mukesh arrives at the library, desperate to forge a connection with his bookworm granddaughter, Allyssa wonders if the books might be a lifeline for him, too. So they both read through the reading list, and they become less lonely, and they form a bond, and it's just all about joy. It says joy and sorrow and reading and just life, the life that you find for yourself. And
I'm gonna have to see this list.
I know.
Sorry.
It sounds really nice. I know. I'm trying to see what are some of the other chapters.
Do they have it
The Kite Runner, To Kill a Mockingbird, obviously. Indira, Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, my favorite.
Come on, what are the other books? Give us more books. This one?
I think I read The Kite Runner too. That's a sad one. That's the one I'm thinking about.
I guess I don't want to do spoilers, but
a lot of good books. Looks like a lot of good books.
Here it is. To Kill a Mockingbird, Rebecca, The Kite Runner, Life of Pi, Pride and Prejudice, Little Women, Beloved, and A Suitable Boy.
I've read almost all of those.
It's a nice list.
Yeah,
take a look, Marie.
I'm keeping this.
She's just taking
this list.
This one's interesting. It is by Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York.
Oh.
It is called Her Heart for a Compass.
Actually, isn't she the former Duchess? Or they?
I think you keep the title though.
Oh wow.
Like president, former president. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So it is from one of the most famous former members of the British royal family, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, comes a mesmerizing novel of a young noblewoman's coming of age that richly details both high society and low in Victorian England. I think this is like a little girl power kind of a thing. Okay. So she's, she doesn't want to live in high society with corsets and being told what to do. So she just doesn't want to live that way. And then she finds that she's betrothed to somebody in uppity society. And she basically just ditches her wedding day. She's a runaway bride. She just leaves. And
they tell you this before the book even starts?
Well, I'm sure it probably happens right away, or you see it dead on coming like a train. Can't avoid it. That's what's happening. And then so she's kind of banished from polite high society and needs to make it on her own. And, she needs to make new friends and learn different things. And it says it's a delicious costume drama rich in atmosphere, history, and color.
That sounds fun.
Yep. So if you like that high-low Victorian society thing and
With
a little bit of girl power.
All right, her heart.
For a compass. Okay. This one actually just it's from Sandy Jones, who has written The Other Woman, the Reese's Book Club pick. And this new one, The Guilt Trip, is this month's Barnes & Noble Book Club pick. It is like a mystery thriller. They went away as friends. They came back as suspects. So it's 5 friends, Rachel, Jack, Paige, Noah, and Will. And Will's new fiance, Allie, comes along. So now it's 6 people, and they travel for Allie and Will's destination wedding. And they're all kind of like, all right, she's nice. All right, this is cool. And of course, I feel like with all of these mysterious thrillers, there's always a cliff top. This takes place on top of a cliff.
And the cover doesn't really try to hide that.
No.
It's quite
There's
literal.
always a cliff top, and there's a shocking secret about Allie, and the wedding weekend unfolds, and secrets begin to spill, and friendships unravel, and it's a suspense novel about jumping to conclusions. So see how one new person in their life can just upend everything.
Boy.
The Guilt Trip.
Love the title.
Not my favorite kind of trip.
No. It's just a great title, though. Because we've all done it, and we've all had one.
The last one is, of course, by a man who needs no introduction. It's Stephen King.
Mr. Creepy.
Mr. Creepy. And this is called Billy Summers. Billy Summers is like a hitman for hire. He's a war vet, and he's trying to get out of it. He's like, I'm not into this anymore. No, thank you. But he's got one last job that he needs to do. And apparently everything goes wrong. He's like, this is my last one. What could go wrong? Apparently everything. It says it is a story about love, luck, fate, and a complex hero with one last shot at redemption. You won't put this story down, and you won't forget Billy. I know.
So does it have a supernatural element? We know.
I don't know. I think it's just maybe suspenseful. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, apparently everything goes wrong. He's trying to make things right, and everything goes wrong. So that's Billy Summers. We also have it in large print. Great, it's mine.
I'll give her their backs. I have to.
But those are the adult ones that I have for this week, but there are many more, so I'll put them on the list that I've been posting for adults every week. So you'll see all the books. There were a lot today.
Very exciting.
It's a good week.
Yeah. All right, so I started off with the first one, which I think kids will just appreciate the title. It's called Weird Kid. And this kid isn't just weird, he's alien. Yeah. And so he's not an ordinary 12-year-old. He fell to Earth. And his parents have been trying to help him cover this up for a long time. But there are some strange things happening, and he may be waist deep in a conspiracy of galactic proportions.
Galactic proportions.
So conspiracies hitting the juvenile market. There we go. Uh-oh. Conspiracy theories abound. Okay, this one, How to Be Brave.
Cute.
I love the cover. I love this is a story about 3 things. A lot of people. Number 1, a lot of people are being very brave in very complicated times. 2, ducks. To be precise, the Mallardus amazonica, which you'll find out about more later, and footnotes. She's very fond of footnotes, and nobody ever uses them, so I thought that the story would have them. Oh, and here's a demonstration, and they did a little footnote demonstration, which is very cute, because probably most kids don't know. What I like about this, okay, so the book, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Everything on a Waffle, which is such a wonderful children's book. This one is about a girl whose mother disappears on an expedition to the Amazon. She's a scientist, and she's studying these ducks. And the girl is she's been sent to a boarding school, and she decides she has to find her mother. So she sets off with a motley crew. This is the part that got me. The motley crew of nuns to defeat an evil headmistress and find the mother before it's too late. So when I saw the words motley crew of nuns, I just had to.
And evil headmistress.
Yeah, they had me at motley crew of nuns. That was it. I had another one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this one is by the very famous Jerry Spinelli.
Oh.
And this book, I'm going to say, borders on teen. It's a tween book. It's for older kids.
A lot of his books do.
They're kind of, and this one is another one that's got a little dark twist to it. On Dead Wednesday, every 8th grader in Amber Springs gets a card with the name of some kid who died during the past year.
Oh.
The deaths have to be from something preventable: drugs, alcohol, driving, and texting. And so you also get a black shirt. And from the moment you put on the black shirt, you're not yourself, you're that other person. And nobody hassles you, and you can goof off all you want, and nobody will care because you're dead.
Whoa.
So this is a story that is unexpected, heartbreaking, hilarious. And this is Dead Wednesday, Jerry Spinelli at his finest.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think that'll be, he's written one of the Stargirl, Milkweed, The Warden's Daughter, just like so many really interesting books. And I forgot that part. He's the husband of Eileen Spinelli, who's also a writer for kids. So so it should be interesting. Now we have 2 new graphic novels, and they're both based on books that kids really love. Yeah. The I Survived series is now coming out in graphic novels, and the Bailey School Kids, Vampires That Don't Wear Polka Dots. So these were popular.
That's an oldie.
Yeah, it's an oldie, and now they're coming back as graphic novels, and I think they're even coming back as series books as well. In the series section. So, and then I Survived, the kids love these. Can't get enough of these. This particular one is September 11th. So some new graphic novel series that are based on book series. Now on to our favorite, the picture books. Okay, this Cat Problems one, I
Look at how cute.
Yeah.
Look.
She loves this book.
I love the back
Yeah, the back.
cover.
Just,
That's definitely my cat.
Yeah, this is by Jory John and illustrated by Lane Smith, 2 very, very funny people, children's author and illustrator, just great. I just have to read the description. Okay. Are you here to give me treats, or scratch my neck, or dish up some wet food, or give me treats and wet food and neck scratches and dry food and more treats and back scratches? Did I mention that I'm a cat? It's true. In fact, I'm a cat with numerous problems. Problems like the vacuum monster that seems to pop up once a week. Problems like the squirrel who mocks me through the window. Look, I'll be honest. I'm a bit stressed out. Like, I have to take a nap right now. And then I'll need a cat bath. And then it's all building up to another nap. And this whole being a cat thing is exhausting. Seriously, you think you've got it bad? Try walking in my paws someday.
I think Licorice wrote that book.
Your cat definitely wrote this book.
She wrote this book.
I think almost like all cats. The whole squirrel mocking me through the window thing is hysterical because that's exactly... My dog feels that way too. He does not like it when the squirrel
Look how
in the yard.
stressed out this little...
This cat, look, even his eyes are like all disoriented and...
Look, she's such a little cute.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
She's so cute.
This book is just a must-have, and also must-have author and illustration. You can have that one. You can put that on your pile. This one is adorable, and also by this illustrator is somebody I adore, Zachariah Ohura. Sunny says, mine. And it's just all about sharing or not sharing. Come and play with Sunny and friends. Today, Sunny has found a thing. Sunny says, so soft, so cute, so cuddly, I'll call you Bun Bun. But what if Bun Bun belongs to somebody else? Uh-oh. So anyway, mine, it's called, it just totally reminded me of a time when I was a little kid. I was bouncing a ball, and it was Yogi Bear ball, and very bouncy, and it bounced across the street and into my neighbor's yard. And when I ran over to get it, this lady came out, and she was a grown-up, and I was a kid, and she says, oh, that's mine now. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. And I burst into tears, and she felt so bad because she was only kidding. So, that book just brought back a haunting memory from childhood. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. The waterworks. Anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll be on the couch for that for many years. Let's go to a gentle book. Oh, and also, actually, we're back with our 'Tis the Season.
Yes.
So now we've got 'Tis the Season with Halloween and Back to School. And this one is Time for School, Little Blue Truck.
I know a lot of very special boys in my life. My little faux nephews love Little Blue Truck.
Yes, Little Blue Truck is pretty hot now. And now Little Blue Truck is wishing that he could be the school bus. What? Love yourself, Little Blue Truck. That's what I say.
Aww.
So you'll find out if you read on there what does Little Blue Truck do to make himself feel special.
I love Little
So 'Tis the Season. We got Back to School, and we've got 2 more Halloween books I couldn't resist.
Yay!
Boo Ba La 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 by Sandra Boynton. She's just great and just says with very few words lots of funny things. Like on Halloween, the cow says, boo. she likes that word. It's something new, you know, and it's just
yeah.
fun, simple little Halloween book for babies. And then this one, I just love the illustrations. It's called Pumpkin Heads. And the kind of almost like realistic looking pumpkins. And this one's a little scary on the front. The rest of them are not like that. But I just
very cute.
really
I love
the
the style.
the different pumpkin faces. And
It's such an artistic, beautiful
yeah,
style.
it's artistic. It's definitely artistic, and it has like all these really fun pumpkin faces. And they just feel like something you could almost achieve at home too. That's the other thing. They don't feel like really complicated. I feel like this book could almost be a how-to guide as well. The cowboy is my favorite. If you get a pumpkin with this kind of a nose, or kind of a top, you need to make a cowboy pumpkin.
Cowboy pumpkin.
And so that's it. Pumpkin Heads, more Halloween and back to school books on the way. It's the most happiest time of the year.
I'm reading
She's
this
still
cat
cracking
book.
up over this cat book.
And this is definitely every cat, not just Licorice. The cat goes, "What's that noise?" And that noise, 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 and that.
It's just really fun. It's
My
really,
cat
really
all
fun.
night long. She does not sleep. Every morning, everyone here gets to hear me talk about what Licorice did that kept me up all night.
Yeah.
What's that? What's
She's
that?
rough.
What's
She's
that? What's
rough.
behind the bed? What's over underneath the table? What's here? This cat's really cute.
You can have it to read. I'll let you
I'm
have it.
very excited. I want to eat that plant. I want to chomp that book. I want to scratch the couch. I want to rip the curtain.
You could have written this book, I feel.
You know, Licorice.
No
What is
offense,
Licorice
but
for it?
I think that Jory John has got to have a run for his money.
Licorice
You could have
wrote
written
it.
this. So.
I love. There's the other cat in the house. You're in my spot. You're in my spot.
I can't wait to read that one.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. All right, so we're gonna have fun reading this and enjoying getting these books out to everybody. If you see a book you're interested in, let us know. Come visit. We have so many books.
So many books. So little time.
That's also true.
But plenty of time for you to all come and get them.
We'll make time. We make time for books.
Yep. All right.
All
Have
right.
a great week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.